Hey there, my name is Ria, and I'm an illustrator, comic artist slash author, and student 2D and 3D animator. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my story Irreplaceable while these speed paints are playing in the background, I think. I'm recording this before editing. Okay, so what is Irreplaceable? It started out as a collection of OC's original characters, which then evolved into its own story and world. A bit of backstory actually. I inherited this world and these characters from a dear friend of mine who originally made the concept of a story about dragon trainers who would race their dragons against each other, and it was this sort of, I guess, Pokemon kind of like influence story. Well, eventually they stopped working on this story and they gave the world to me, and it has changed a lot since then, but I am proud of how it's evolved. It's kind of become its own thing separate from that original concept, but you could still see the influence. So the actual story in modern times and in now times, it takes place in a semi-fantastical world. It's a modern city, but with all kinds of anthropomorphic creatures and animals as its residents, with a city that sort of has built itself around that, where it accommodates these residents, basically. We feature our main character, Nick, who is a cat-human hybrid, and all of her friends. She lives with her friend Daffodil, who is an armadillo, and she later on meets this robot, this mech, who is piloted by an ancient arthropod named Jackie, and their mechanic, Zihao. And I want to actually make a fully animated pilot for this story as well, and I'm in the works of finding help from animators, artists, and writers alike to hopefully make this passion project of mine come true and show all of you guys my exact vision for this story, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be a 3D animated pilot, hopefully not too long, because I am still a student, and again, it's a passion project, so it doesn't really have any kind of funding, but maybe down the line that will change. Some huge inspirations for this story are Tuca and Birdie and The Amazing World of Gumball. Tuca and Birdie specifically for their character and their world building. I especially just love the writing in that show and how silly and whimsical it is, while also giving us really strong characters. That's mainly what I want to do with this story. And The Amazing World of Gumball, I grew up watching this show, I grew up loving it, and I love how experimental and mixed media it is, which is, again, what I hope to do with Irreplaceable. Have a mix of both 2D and 3D animation, focusing mainly on 3D since that's my expertise, that's what I'm learning in school right now, but also just letting artists sort of like really test the bounds and experiment with the styles, having like maybe 2D puppeted characters, having 2D layouts, 3D layouts, having 2D effects, which is very common in shows nowadays where VFX is done entirely 2D animated, but I just want it to be very, flexible, experimental, and new. I want to bring something new to the world with this pilot. This whole story, because it's a passion project, I'm not really bound by any rules from studios, higher-ups, and executives, so I wanted to truly reflect what I intend this story to be, which is whimsical and experimental and undeniably queer, and also genuine and passionate. I really want that to be shown through these characters. I always put myself into these characters, and I want to really have it be a character-based story where you grow with, Nick and Daffodil, see their struggles, see them overcome it, and yeah, that's basically, I guess, like a small pitch. Anyways, thank you for listening. This is a new kind of format. I try to keep this talking bit really loose and conversational, but it was my first time doing a video like this. And I wanted to make a video like this for a long time where I just talk about my characters, talk about my writing, while also showing off this art. That way I also don't get copyrighted for any music that I put in my speed paints, but yeah, thank you for listening. And here are the drawings that I've been working on in the background, I think. I don't know. And thank you for listening. Yeah. There will probably be more videos like this coming soon. Thank you. And goodbye.